What's up, internet? Still here cruising on the robo-taxi. Been moving, having to go back and forth, take my stuff from my apartment to my parents' house, where I've been putting the things that are worth keeping into storage, and everything else been getting rid of. At this point, there's no more stuff to move. It's really just about cleaning up the apartment, so I'm back on my way. Got 1-2 more days worth of cleaning to really hone things in, get us to a point where hopefully we don't have too many fees incurred by the apartment management company. But in the meantime, I've got another hour or so ahead of me. Pre-downloaded some videos on the iPad so I can do some more reaction style content, and I've been covering a pretty broad gamut of topics here. And right now, I suppose it's time to jump from, I started with Tony Seba and, the future of energy and robotics. My guy, Gally Russell, Hyperchange, gave me some good stuff to react to now. This is AM Hoops. He's one of my favorite creators who goes about NBA stuff, and this is a really controversial one. It's about gambling in the NBA, because there are several players now in the NBA who have been busted for participating in sports betting, gambling, juking their stats in order to make parlays or whatever. I don't even know how all this stuff in sports betting works. I just know that sports betting and gambling has infested and penetrated every aspect of sports media. It's really kind of disgusting, honestly. So let's see what this story is about.
January 30th, 2025, a prediction was made on social media by someone called Moose. First was Jonte, then was Rozier. Next, you'll hear about MB. And sure enough, 5 months later, Malik Beasley was under FBI investigation for illegal gambling. How the heck did this guy know months earlier? At the time, it felt kind of shaky, right? Like, the investigation only mentioned one game for Beasley. January 31st, 2024, Sportsbook detected unusual betting patterns on...
So the last update I heard on this story from AM Hoops in particular, he was thinking that there's not that much to this case, the evidence was kind of flimsy and jury was out. The other NBA YouTuber I watch, Flight Mike, he was a lot more like, it's done, it's finished, it's over. Maybe this dude's career is over anyway, because even if he doesn't get convicted by the feds, it just puts enough of a cloud over him that no one wants to offer him like the money that he needs and he is expected. Because I don't follow Detroit basketball super closely, but apparently he was playing really, really well. Like, he was having a career renaissance year this year, and he was due for a new contract.
Under rebounds. Dude smashed the over. His line was 2.5 boards, he got 6. And if you watch the film, Beasley is fighting like hell for these boards. So maybe it was all a mistake. Plus, Shams reported a while back, Terry Rozier cleared from his wrongdoing. It's just a witch hunt. But then something weird happened. Turns out, Rozier is still under investigation.
Scary
Shams
Terry,
was
man.
Wrong. And
damn,
that prediction tweet sure makes it look all connected. So we have to find out who this Moose person actually is and how he knew all this information months before the FBI. Well, it turns out somebody actually found the answers. His name is Tom Havistro. Worked at ESPN for 7 years. Now he's got a Substack called
Tom Havistro. Sounds like Tom Haverford. Bruh. Probably heard that joke his whole freaking life, at least since 2009. Parks and Rec. Spilled a little bit of water, pouring into my ice bottle. Moose with the Malik Beasley investigation.
The Finder. So Tom saw the Moose prediction go viral like a lot of people did after Beasley's scandal, and he went to investigate. Turns out that viral post was just a screenshot because the actual account has been deleted. Old Moose must have realized, it's kind of dumb to let the world know I knew about a crime that the FBI is investigating. So how do you track down a mystery with a deleted account? Well, luckily, someone had even more screenshots. A user named Lennon Steele had captured the entire thread right after it went live. So this Moose guy first posted a betting slip of Jonte Porter showing that he or somebody he knew won money betting on him. Not good. Then he quote tweeted himself with the famous prediction, but there's more. He then clarifies there's another current player who's going to have a report come out about them next. Won't say the name, but they plan
So my relationship with sports content is pretty much that I think it's similar to the relationship that many people out there have with sports content, which is you go on the YouTube, you type in the team that you care about, and you watch a 10-minute, usually it's about 10 minutes, 10-minute highlight video of the game that they just played, you know? So for me, in the past few years, oftentimes it's been the Denver Nuggets because I really like Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is like unreal, a basketball savant, the types of which we've never seen before. Obviously, I watch the Lakers very often because I grew up a diehard Lakers fan. I mean, my passion for the Lakers is a little bit watered down with the whole LeBron James running the place. Like, I don't know. Never really liked LeBron, but, you know, regardless. So I have YouTube Premium. I don't get any ads. So I just watch these highlights, right? I don't watch the traditional sports media. I don't watch ESPN, whatever else, blah, 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 blah. And then when we get to, like, really intense playoff games or NBA finals, that sort of thing, I might watch those games with my dad when I go up to visit with him, you know? And when I sat down and watched the TV with him, because the first time watching like network television in years, probably the only time I ever watched network television, it's like ESPN, TNT, and then SportsCenter comes on, and I am like shocked how much of the info on SportsCenter was not like scores from other sports or updates or whatever. It was all like gambling and betting highlights, like spreads, points, all this other stuff. And then even the freaking announcers, like the in-studio commentators, like Vince Carter or whoever the retired basketball player is in there, and they have to like nudge it in there at the very end, like, oh, you know, they're saying the odds for 7 rebounds this game, and, you know, however many points, and blah 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 blah. It's just gross. I mean, like, granted, I guess I didn't have to be that astonished, right? Because like any of these b-ball YouTubers you watch, they've all got sponsorships from sports companies, or in sport, like sports betting companies too, right? So, but to see it just so nakedly out in the open all over ESPN and TNT, this is not what I thought would happen. I'm not sure that anyone thought that this was what was going to happen once we got legalized sports gambling. I don't think anyone thought that the culture of that legalizing sports gambling would mean the culture of sports gambling getting this deeply entrenched and enmeshed with the sports media and sports in general. Because it's honestly gross. It really, really cheapens the experience. I think it even cheapens just the discourse. Like, just hearing that every sports commentator that you could find on the YouTube that's monetized is sponsored by one of these, like Fantasy Aces, gambling. It's not nice, man. It's not nice. And there should be no surprise that the players are getting in on it too, man. Because, you know.
Right now. Okay, side note, a Pistons player with the initials MB takes about 2 seconds to figure out, so Moose is not the sharpest tool. But a Pistons fan then hit back. You're lying, bro. Nah. Show me any amount of proof, bro. You don't know what he means to us.
Damn.
I can't yet. I'm sorry, but I gotta protect myself. Wow, there is a lot more to this story. So Beasley had just had his best season ever as the second best three-point shooter in the NBA. Now, he did years earlier get a 4-year, $60 million contract from the Timberwolves.
That exchange that he just showed on Twitter is crazy, man. You gotta feel for the Detroit Pistons fans, yo. Like, their team has been ass, dog water, shit. Then they had a good year this year. Malik Beasley was an integral part of it. Sucks.
Since then, dude's got problems. First, he walked up to a car full of innocent people outside his house in Minneapolis with a gun. Police raided his home, found weed and a stolen firearm. Then, after several trades, he could barely make the minimum. Being sued now
That sucks.
for $8 million by his apartment building, his ex-agent, a firm that loans pro athletes money, his dentist, and even his barber. So Beasley has money problems despite that big contract. But how does Moose fit in? Well, back to those screenshots. Turns out the Jontay Porter betting slip is dated January 22nd against Memphis. Weird thing is, that game wasn't even part of the Jontay Porter gambling scheme. To recap, authorities found 2 games where Porter gave bettors inside info. January 26th, pulled himself out of a game in LA, and March 20th in Sacramento. Nothing to do with Memphis, okay? So you...
Dude, that's so crazy, man. Jontay Porter.
are telling me somebody was willing to bet $500 on a random G League player parlay? No, he knew something. And in FBI documents, Porter actually did text his betting partners.
Anyone who's watching this, including me in the future maybe, if you know what a fucking parlay is, could you comment down below and explain it to me? Parlay, what the hell is that?
During that Memphis game, he said he went back to get his eye checked on and he might not come back. Sure enough, the unders hit. So was Moose the guy that Porter was texting? Well, Havistro found a third account, a burner, and reached out over DM. And for some reason, the guy agreed to an interview on the phone.
Whoa.
His name is Mustafa Moose Omar. And the obvious question, how did you know about Malik Beasley?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in the basketball and the gambling space, so, you know, word does get around. I do have people that do know a lot about, you know, the gambling ring and NBA and stuff.
People who know about the gambling ring and the NBA and stuff? Who are those people? So when Moose realizes, wait, I shouldn't have...
Oh, man. Gambling ring in the NBA and stuff. Commissioner Silver is not going to like the sound of this. Oh, no.
Said that he changes his story.
This is something that was dug up from Reddit. I mean, everything that I found and I tweet about, I only tweet about it because I find it publicly first.
Okay, so you know people, or did you find this out on Reddit? Well, it turns out Havistro already knew the answer to all of this. Moose also runs a private Discord where screenshots got leaked. He was trying to start a meme coin, and in a post he said, this next project is going to have people involved. They made so much money off a certain NBA gambling incident last season. They're facing trials, but they'll be involved in this. What? And one of those people might happen to be Moose's cousin named Amar Awade, a guy named in the Porter case by the FBI. So when Havistro confronts Moose with all of this information, pretty sure he regretted everything on the phone call.
Are you friends with, or do you know Amar Awade?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, because I saw that you're Facebook friends with Amar, and so I figured maybe that was somehow you could... you were associated with him.
No.
Just no.
Damn.
Dude is so busted. Now, I am not saying for sure that this is all connected, but it sure looks like Amar Awade was part of a gambling scheme that got Jontay Porter to manipulate his stats, and other NBA players were involved. In fact, when the Terry Rozier news came out, Sports Illustrated said Terry Rozier is under federal investigation for his performance in a 2023 game while a member of the Charlotte Hornets.
Jesus.
His case is tied to Porter's. 3 independent sources familiar with the probes tell Sports Illustrated. So, did Porter, Rozier, and Beasley manipulate their stats for the same exact...
All right, actually, now I'm starting to think that this is exactly the sort of thing Commissioner Adam Silver wants to see. Because now it looks like this was an organized ring, a cabal. It's not like players gambling is not a problem behavior endemic to the entire league. It was just these guys connected by that Awade guy who were, you know, at the root of doing the problem. And then he had his fucking cousin calling a reporter and roaching out on him. Oh my God. Wow.
illegal gambling ring, or did Moose happen to correctly predict Beasley would be roped in 5 months earlier by coincidence? Now, I can't say that
Yikes.
this all definitely happened, but it sure looks suspicious. But to make sure that Moose had his story straight, Habistro asked him one more time about that Beasley post.
You did not get information on Malik Beasley from Amar Awade, who was part of the Porter case.
No.
That
Like I said, I
that
got
does
it
not
all
sound believable. No. No. No.
Do you have that Reddit forum that you got it from that you could show me?
I could probably find it.
Oh, and do you think that he went back and found the Reddit post? No. Immediately after the phone call, Moose deleted his burner X account, and then he went and deleted his Facebook profile instead. Kinda weird. So I'm not saying that Malik Beasley is definitely guilty here and part of the Porter gambling ring. At first, I was suspicious based on that one rebounds game, but now, thanks to some really great reporting, it looks really bad for Malik Beasley and Terry Rozier. But there's a lot going on in the NBA right now this offseason. I live in Houston, and I'm seeing
Scary
these
Terry, man.
billboards everywhere. At first, I wasn't sure about KD and H-Town, but now after seeing what the Rockets had to give up to get him, I'm starting to rethink how good they might actually be next year.
Every major religion considers gambling a sin for a reason. Just don't do it. Nuh-uh. At some point, man, I'm going to have to make decisions about continuing to watch and enjoy the NBA, because the gambling stuff really is compromising the integrity of the game, I think. Had a lot of inexplicable Game 7s, man. Like, on paper, there is no reason the Oklahoma City Thunder should not have just completely thumped and squished the Indiana Pacers. Yet, it was super close. It looks like, conspiratorial side of me, the tinfoil hat. I mean, it's not quite made of tinfoil. You could have it on there. Almost wants to think like there's a reason why they went back and forth. Gambling, parlays, stat fixing. Ah, man. Who knows? Hopefully it's not the case, but we'll see. We'll see if more shoes drop in the future. These gambling scandals, right? Anyway, please feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed that commentary. I'll see you soon.